Most of us know the story. A runaway queen, 1,000 ships, and a giant wooden horse. For centuries, the Trojan War was dismissed as pure mythology, the poetic invention of Homer. But beneath the layers of legend lies a gritty, Bronze Age reality. Around 1250 BCE, the city of Troy didn't just fall to a trick, it was the epicenter of a geopolitical collapse. Today, we're stripping away the gods and the heroes to find the true history of the Trojan War. In the 1870s, archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann proved Troy was real, located at Hissarlik in modern-day Turkey. But it wasn't just one city, it was 9 cities built on top of one another. The Troy of the legends likely corresponds to Layer's Troy 6 or Sebia. This wasn't just a scenic backdrop. Troy sat on a gold mine, the entrance to the Dardanelles. Every merchant ship traveling from the Aegean to the Black Sea had to pass Troy. In the Bronze Age, that meant Troy held the keys to the trade routes for tin and grain. The reality: the war likely wasn't fought over a woman named Helen, but over taxes, trade, and territory. On one side, we have the Mycenaeans from mainland Greece, militaristic seafaring kings. On the other, the Trojans, whom the neighboring Hittite Empire called the Wilusa. Historical records from the Hittite archives actually mention a king named Alexander, strikingly similar to Alexandros, the alternative name for Prince Paris in the Iliad. These records describe decades of friction between the Greeks and the Hittites over this specific city. The 10-year siege might be a poetic exaggeration for a series of raids and trade wars that lasted generations. So, how did it end? If there was no wooden horse, what brought down the walls? Archaeology shows us that around 1180 BCE, Troy 7-Day was indeed destroyed by fire and violence. Human remains were found in the streets, and stockpiles of slingstones suggest a city under desperate siege. However, there's a twist. Geologists have found evidence that a massive earthquake struck Troy during this period. Some historians suggest the wooden horse was actually a metaphor for Poseidon, the god of earthquakes whose symbol was the horse, or perhaps a primitive battering ram covered in wet horse hides to prevent it from being set on fire. The fall of Troy wasn't an isolated event. It was part of the late Bronze Age collapse, a perfect storm of earthquakes, famine, and migrations that toppled empires. Whether Helen existed or not, the Trojan War remains the ultimate symbol of the end of the heroic age. The poets gave us a tragedy of love. History gives us a tragedy of a changing world. Thanks for watching. If you want to dive deeper into the Bronze Age, hit the subscribe button and let us know. Do you think the horse was real? See you in the next one.